Who was first shall be last, and who was last shall be first. Breaking the paradigm that's breaking the bindings put upon us. Truly, in this great awakening, the shift that's happening, it's real. Think, the indoctrination we're under, it's hectic. All the generational bindings making us poor. Taught money doesn't grow on trees. Money is the root of all evil. Words are spells, right? Don't use them against yourself. It's a lot. I never looked at it for what it was until recently, but just like the crows have to stay in that certain spot in England, whereas like under London Bridge, there's like 5 crows that have got to stay in position, otherwise the monarchy will fall. And all monarchists know that. I didn't know that. And I thought that if we didn't believe in magic, then it doesn't work on us. If you don't believe, it won't work. Well, how come the whole world was under a spell that those guys were the good guys? Look, I'm not picking on the monarchy. I did really like the monarchy myself, but somebody who can get around wearing a whole big crown worth $1 million while people are starving in Africa, and when there's real change going to change it, so say Bono and Live Aid and that, he just shut up. He went and did what he did, and then he shut up. Why did he shut up? First of all, we were in the Piscean Age of Darkness, which is, you know, everything was hidden, cloaked. We didn't know what was going on really, but it was an enchantment. Just like Disney cartoons we saw growing up, they were also enchantments. Alright, I know how I sound, but seriously, this stuff is real. So are the spells on us. Being without money, without being able to pursue our dreams in life or what's important to us. The societies we aren't welcome in literally have been siphoning our abundance. Some of us, depending on the places, on our places in spiritual realms. And what I'm talking about there is spiritual ranking. Previously in the Age of Darkness, we had people cloaking in our energies in the spiritual realms, creating havoc and absolutely bringing denigration to our names. Since that time, the Age of Aquarius has stepped in, and we've lifted the vibration, and also the Watchers now have watchers. So all the stuff that they were able to get away with in the past is just a non-possibility. Been through a few dark nights of the soul myself, and I've been attacked by the invisible, because magic doesn't exist, right? That doesn't explain the magician from London walking through the walls in the record stores. Do you remember that, guys? It was like, I think his name was Magneto, or I don't know, but he like just walked through something and everybody was like, what the bull? And there's other ones, and it's not trick of the eye. These people are able to bend reality like that. Like, they're absolutely magical. Magneto, yeah. Anyway, we're all leveling up again. The vibration of the planet is lifting, and that's planet Kai crystal. And I know that a lot of us who have had religious indoctrination have been pushed away from a lot of the things in our lives that can actually remove the demonic forces that are pushing against us. And that's like acknowledging that we've got chakras. The people who are part of these societies and work in the religious structures and things like that, they know the power of our chakras. I had a lady hook in to mine and siphon from my solar plexus chakra, cut off. You know, but you don't know that you've got to protect yourself in these spiritual streets. You might be someone who is being sent here to create and be an absolute catalyst for change, but you've had attacks on you, causing you addiction, causing you just absolute turmoil in your life, and that's to keep you small, that's to keep you in your place, and that's to stop you from doing your destiny. That can't go on forever. Always, oh, and I'll always remember, actually, being star seeds as well, you're going to find that any spiritual person that came into your life or spiritual mentor that you thought, was a spiritual mentor, they end up taking advantage of you. But you've also got to remember that you don't blow so much smoke up their asses, because it's not like they're telling you anything new, they're just reminding you, and that's probably why you're so grateful, because they're reminding you of all the things that you inherently know within your soul already. And it's you that should be in their positions, actually, particularly with a lot of the ones that are getting lots of views and things like that at the moment. Yeah, some of them are just running on demonic forces, and that's the only reason they're in those positions. And then they get in front of people and they're pulling out energy from them, and it's like, whoa, you're energy harvesting like without morals. Like I have done a couple of videos where I'm doing the energy work, and I would like to continue those, but after seeing such corruption within it, I even had, this girl knew I was going to expose her, and her next few, knew I was going to expose her. She didn't know who I am. It's not even the type of person I am. I wouldn't waste my time, but I knew what she was doing. And next few videos she put out were all counteracting me. And it was like, whoa, okay, whatever. You're on some sort of trip that I don't even pay attention to. I think I saw it a couple of months later and went, whoa, she seemed to think I was going to do that. And I've actually got it recorded. I
don't know what you did to make the angelic realm ride this hard for you. They want you with your game face on because they are about to make an example out of you. I'm here to activate you at your sacred.
And then she reaches in and starts taking energy. The scary part about that is she had like 40,000 views. How do we know stuff like that? We know that because we're spiritual beings. Also, there was a few years ago, the law of one. I did an invocation, and in the invocation I gave my power away. So you might, if you guys have taken in any invocations or anything like that, you might want to recheck the wording and just make sure that it's for your highest good. Look, for the good of all, to the harm of none. I mean, that's how it should be. And when you find people that are saying that, for the good of all, to the harm of none, they're your tribe. They're people you want to get soul work from. Because if they're not doing that kind of stuff and they're not making sure that the most benevolent outcome is for all, they're only looking after themselves. And there's a lot of people out here in the spiritual streets that are only looking out for themselves. And how do I know? They've taken advantage. I'm not going to name names or anything like that because it's not even the type of person I am. I don't even know how I got onto this subject. I'm telling you guys about the Queen. Not sure how it's all going to unfold, but the truth is seen. So where's the cash? Somebody better show up with it soon. How did I get to that? Oh, saying the witchery and the fuckery that's been done on our financial things. Some of us are glittering in gold in the spiritual realms, and we come down to earth. But anyone cloaking in your energy is revealed from this moment forward. The emotional manipulation is revealed. Hearing things like, let's be who we came to this world to be. Wouldn't that be me? I came here to be me. How did I get the snitch bitch job? I tell you, last night I walked into a live and the dude was talking about soul retrieval. And I was like, because I recognised who it was. It was this dude who thought he'd stolen my soul and was using my energy. It's like, dude, you've got your own. It can't be that bad. You and your missus need to like pull your heads in. Oh, I can't imagine. It looked like spiritual psychosis to me because they were obviously doing like a ceremony where they were trying to do soul retrieval from their audience. So there'll be specific targets that they've got in the collective. And the shame about it is when I first clicked on, there are about 190 people in there. And it got down to about 140 after, instruction went out saying, put a stop to this shit. And why do some of us get to come down here and be judges and dob on people and stuff like that? Because we yelled, we screamed up to the higher realms as soon as we could get through. And during the entirety of the Piscean Age of Darkness, we're talking thousands of years. Thousands! Sorry to be so energetic about that, thousands. But yet we couldn't get up to have our voices heard, and so much of this corruption was allowed to go on that we're allowed to speak our truth now, and we are getting the support in droves. It's like in 2019 I actually saw like battalions of demonic forces going to battle, and they were going to battle for God. Like, wow. I never would have actually thought that they would be going to battle on behalf of God. But when you have a look at it, the universal laws even command that they do. When we as star seeds, or whatever you want to call us, star flowers, the ones that are here, the system shakers, we're here on with blueprints to change the system. That's what it is. And each lifetime you get oppressed and you get tried to derailed off your mission. And but anyway, divine universal laws are that God's word is final. And when I say creator God, because I know some people are going, creator God, because you're listening to that story that was created for the God that mutated. Anyway, he's not God. It's not the God. It's a lower realm God, because you wouldn't be walking around in the Garden of Eden saying, I couldn't find you, I'm so angry, and putting divine anger on Eve and that guy who refused to let Lilith ride on top of him, Adam. Yeah, it just wouldn't happen. The all-knowing God. Think about it. But anyway, I don't go much for the book. I'm not getting trapped in mental matrices, which is what that is. But this jerk and his missus, which he pretends he's a single guy and he tries to draw in women that way. I thought he was so sweet. And you know what? Divine anger says to me, I'm not allowed to do this, but fuck him. I'm supposed to be like, fuck him. That's just fucking unacceptable. Like, after the bullshit that went on with me, and then no change. No change. Still like deceiving a whole community and making money out of it. It's like a whole group of them on TikTok. You guys are especially fucked up though. Like, should I put footage on it? Should I put footage? These guys were trying to do soul retrieval through I'm just like, what, soul fragmentation? I just kept doing the work that they wouldn't even know how the fuck to do. Like, seriously. So many people's souls got restored in their entireties by teams of freaking otherworldly beings yesterday. And it's not like I do anything, I'm the almighty powerful or something like that, or I think I'm God. No, it's somebody's got to do the right thing. It's called integrity, guys. Integrity. And so many of you people in these spiritual streets just aren't even comprehending how eternal our souls are. We're about 7 minutes in, where I'm talking about the girl who was doing the interference in people. She had 40,000, 50,000 views, and she's just like saying something ridiculous to people on the screen and then just reaching in and taking their energy. Like, guys, no agreement, but still watching is agreement. You know, like, if somebody wants to create that exchange and has that intention, for all of you that need protection, that don't know that you need protection, may you get a physical sign in your body that says click off, beep, 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 you know, where, this person's bad news. And then even if you aren't spiritual, you are then to go do a calling your energy back to you. And even if that's, opening up your meridians by doing a Tai Chi exercise, or, but actually consciously say, you've got guides and you've got all sorts of spiritual protection that stands beside you bored. Absolutely bored. You're lucky some of them are multidimensional. Otherwise, oh, gosh, they'd be poking you, and maybe some of them do. But they are there for, if you're over 30 years old or over 40 years old, you've experienced a miracle that makes you go, how the fuck am I even still alive? Like, you just know that even if you can't consciously remember anything right now, you just know that you're here because... Or do we just get thrown around from realm to realm and we're actually dead in 1,000 other existences? So everything, everywhere, all at once. If that's the case, I call my rich girl in right now. I call the money in so we can affect change on a greater level. People across the world that are getting taken advantage of right now, and New Earth is here, and it's time for us to step up and make these simple changes. And it's really interesting when you come into the knowing of just how exceptionally powerful you are, even as one being. A molecule is changed just from the observer, and that could just be you. If no one hears this video, it's irrelevant. There's one person that has observed the situation, the molecules change direction. So many people of like-minded, they're getting guided together. Gone are the days where, being hidden was the thing, or instant repulse between like-minded beings. It's really ironic, especially there's no illusion that some of us are purposely being separated from Soul Tribe, because people who you really resonate with, you can't even get in contact with via Facebook. You know what I mean? You've actually got to walk down the street, go over to their house. Dickheads don't even know we're that close, do they? Oh, yeah, you got a separated Facebook. Oh. Their account is like blocked to you. So on Facebook, I used to probably get 20 and 50 likes on my posts. And then all of a sudden it just dropped down, and I just started to get a group of stalky kind of weirdos. I had to block thousands of people. My stats that would show up, there was one that I got like 150 likes on. I was super stoked about that. So I remembered what it was. You know what I mean? Like, there's just some things that stick in your memory. But it came back around as a memory, and all my likes were gone. No one liked it. And I'm like, what's going on? So it made me realize my stuff was being manipulated. And then I found that, what is that? Creative IQ, and they're so lucky at the moment because their name escapes me, but I've bagged them heaps of times on here. But they had access to my accounts, and also there'd been emails sent to some advertising agency from my info at Kai Crystal. And also, how do they get access to these accounts? Well, some jerk is going around pretending they're your agent or something like that. And if I'm telling this story, it applies to other people, not just me. Basically, they're also keeping people separated and isolated through this. And it's a massive impingement on human rights, like, it's been reported to the universal laws, and people are suffering real time in their own lives. Like, get this as well. I was having people harass me and try to do power and domination control with my photos, and also even just making a comment like, oh, thanks, babe, and stuff like this on the bottom of my thing, until like I put in, it's like you've got to actually say, I am rubber, you are glue. Everything you say to me bounces off me and sticks on you. Tit, like, because I actually do that as a rule now. Because fuck them. And actually I make it so much worse than that. I, in my own opinion, have become unfuckwithable. Why? Because I've actually realized how much power we all have. And it's incredible that now that the shift has occurred, well, it's actually integrity. The integrity of the population really needs lifting. So basically, anybody working with integrity and from integrity is unbeatable by corrupted forces. And what I was saying about those demonic forces in the sky earlier is God has the final say so. It's even like the devil can play with us, or actually, I think with some of us, the devil is absolutely amazed by the heart that you've got, which is weird, right? It's weird, but I'm getting that some of you, the devil has just been like, he knows why you're God's people. He knows why. And just has never seen, or probably the most closest thing to, I don't know the emotions that you evoke within the devil. Think about that. We're talking about the devil with your love as a child for people that were doing you wrong. But that utter, I don't know, I just want to cuddle you, and I just want you to know that there's something very special about you, and I couldn't even give you enough cuddles with my heart at the moment, and just know that you are divinely loved, divinely protected, and even the devil's got a soft spot for you. And also the devil knows with a lot of divine beings, chosen ones, whatever, just fucking people with good hearts that are uncorruptible, that choose to be good. And you don't have to have chose to be good all of your life. You might have had a catalyst that made you choose to be good. And look, it's the same with people who are still doing bad at the moment. You can choose to be good. Come over from the dark side. But you can't, because we've still got to have that balance, don't we? That polarity. And people can say, oh, we can go through polarity, but they also used to say that they could absolve their karma too. And I don't know, unless it's like karma that has been created by a series of events that a darker force perpetuated. But really, I mean, if you're injuring souls and doing stuff like I have been to hell and back for karma, for being a bad bitch. And maybe I've been a bad bitch in many lifetimes. I don't know. But when you go through your dark night of the soul, you're either going to find the other side, which is no longer be on the earth anymore, or you're going to really turn on God and say, fuck you, God. I think I turned on God for most of my life. It was when I found God. Or you're going to find God through born-again Christians. And then what are you really finding then? You're finding demons. And you're going to get locked out of heaven with that one, because you're going to be saying to people, the only way to get to Jesus is, no, the only way to get to heaven is through Jesus. And yeah, the only way to put on your armour of God is to stop judging everybody. And we can, look, even the highest vibrational beings down here in this density can only put on that armour of God for so long, because you've got to actually walk in the no hate, no judgment, no nothing. You know what I mean? Just only powerful love. And I just picture the machine gun heart. And when you've got a machine gun heart, you're unstoppable. But anyway, there ain't no reason all of us should be alone or isolated or ignored, because I'll tell you something. I was getting annoyed because someone was making fun of me. And then for some reason, we do get all these illusions and stuff. So it looked like perhaps that I'd sent some bad energy that person's way, but I hadn't. I knew I hadn't, but I knew he thought I had, because I'm a psychic. Anyway, Then he blocked me straight afterwards. And I was like, that was my mate. I don't have many mates. It was like, Doc Holiday. Oh, hell, I got lots of friends. And Doc Holiday goes, like he rides for Wyatt Earp. And he goes, I don't. You know, like, hell, I got lots of friends. I don't. No, I really don't. It's called being isolated quite purposely. For what reason? Truth be told, maybe I'm just not likable. Still doesn't stop when I do get amongst the public, them telling me their whole life stories. No, I've done it all to myself, haven't I? Whatever's on the outside is what is on the inside. People who are good uns, like good people, that may all the veils drop on illusions so we can all find each other again, because it's getting a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Also, there's another chick, I can't think of her name, Alexander. I don't think she would have blocked me unless she's like a fake nice girl. Maybe. She could be. I don't think so, though. She seems like she's genuine. I don't know. But how's anybody ever going to book a session with her if when you click her bios, and you know what? It's happened on all my profiles because I've got different profiles because that's going into people's posts and being nice to them. Only Kikers at all because anybody else like doesn't. So yeah, I've gone incognito too and always had my personal account since Facebook opened in like 2008. But this chick, Alexander Can or something, like all of my accounts, she's like blocked from. So if you're out there, you're hearing this and you're not getting much work or many people joining your courses, nobody knows what your website is. Nobody knows how to get in contact with you and cannot see your profile page. Your stories show up. So maybe if you start putting on there your contact details, I don't know what else to suggest. You're actually unfindable. I don't know why I was searching for you either. I think it's because I thought you were a sweetie. But you may be offended with me because you've got a lot of forgiveness work you need to still work through. Turns out so do I. I'm fucking raging, a raging dark feminine energy at the moment. And Carly, Lilith, and Hecate. Ironically, those people that were doing this soul retrieval, stealing people's souls, they think they've got Hecate on their team. They do not. They do not. They may have a false light, Hecate, but yeah, no, she's actually like a divine goddess that would not, just would not. Wake up. You need a bloody shake up. Anyway, moving forward. Yes, she does malevolent magic, but only on the bad people. She'd do it on you. Think about it. Anyway, going back to this Alexander McCann, I couldn't contact her to book an appointment if I wanted to. I don't know what that's about. Is this the same happened to me? People couldn't contact me if they wanted to at all. And same goes for that. This guy, I can see he's specifically been isolated. Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird. Do you know we're all gods? Like, I don't mean to say, oh, she's gone crazy. She thinks she's a god. No, the power of our mind can actually shift the universe. Close your eyes for a second. And now I want you to bounce them open. See the world that you've created. It's all around you. So with all this negative information that I've just spread, let's alchemize it now and take out the negative energy that's associated with it, the negative beings, all the negative connotations that I've kind of implanted. I have touched on these particular points to alchemize them. And now that we've looked at them, we've seen them, they're not that bad. And we could really say, let's get the goddess to go nuts, because the goddesses are angry. Actually, they're furious at the patriarchy for ignoring them for over 5,000 years. But shall I get into that? No. I shall have a laugh and say, Lilith laughs and says, They blame me for their wet dreams too. A man has a wet dream. He turns around and goes, who's responsible? Lilith. Any kind of sick, twisted, pervaded activity, who was responsible? Lilith. Back in the day, she was the scapegoat. Always got to have a scapegoat. Anyway, I find that very funny. I was listening to some of Morg's stuff, and I heard that, and I thought that was great. Into the Bible and actually allowing that to be one of those matrix traps, because that's all it is. It's a matrix trap that keeps us stuck. But I'm trying to work out if the mathematics is a matrix trap as well. Anyway, I hope I brought up some great points that can be expanded upon, and I hope nobody resonated with some of the stuff I said there, because I know I nearly burst into tears when I tapped into something back then. The devil being like, feeling for you, like just wanting to go and grab you up. That's crazy. That shouldn't even happen. But some of us, and I'm sensing it's that person, it's that one, you have gone around and you have, throughout lifetimes, you have brought demons back to God. They have been with God. They can go back and be naughty or whatever, but they've got that kind of connection back to Him. Whereas so many of us can fall so far into darkness. And I think your soul possibly had previously fallen so far away from the light that you never, and just got darker and darker and darker, because you couldn't even fathom that you could actually get back into the light. You have brought redemption forces from the underworld, this world, and the realms above. Like, if they say that you've got to have agreement in all three realms, that's what I witnessed play out on that thing last night, where they thought they were retrieving people's souls, for goodness sake. And it's not just the couple. I think they're part of a coven, and they read all these books, and it's like all of that information that you're reading in books should be innate knowledge. Like, the real magical people don't necessarily even need those books. They just need keys that remind them of what's in there. I reckon these people were just under spiritual psychosis. That's what I saw. But I shouldn't call people crazy, because then it'll bounce back on me, won't it? But why wouldn't I be crazy? You know, like, it's fun. All you normal people out there are a little bit fucking boring, I would say. Get a bit of wild in your life. Speak to your guides. Get in touch with that ancient knowledge that you've got running through your veins. So we think, so we create.